Hello, my name's Dale and I'm an enthusiast, and this is why. So this is my 2021 Hyundai KONA N in Performance Blue. I bought it because I was looking for a new daily drive. I needed something that was sort of that mid-size car. Always had cars that were a little bit sort of performance oriented, and was looking for the new one. Previous car was a twin turbo V8 and used way too much fuel. So I bought a little Kia Picanto GT, which was a great little car, but I had an accident in it and realized I wanted something that size up. So started doing a little bit of investigation, having a bit of a look around the market, drove a few cars, actually went to test drive a i30N, and they were wheeling this car into the dealership, into the corner window at that point in time. I saw it, looked at it, and decided it needed to be mine. Dealership didn't actually want to sell it because it was their hero car in the middle of COVID, so they were looking at something they could sit in the dealership window for a while and bring customers in, but I managed to convince them it was a good idea, and 2 weeks later drove away with this little thing. So her name's Kimchi, and I've had it for 2.5 years, 70,000 Ks on the clock so far, and absolutely love it. Since then, I've done a set of wheels, so I put a set of SSR GTX01s on, some rally flat mud flaps, put a tow bar on my car because it does actually do family duty as well, and it goes off camping with us a bit. Cosmetics are just a front lip, roof racks, and a couple other little things. Had the, was fortunate enough to have Albert signed the dash and signed the engine cover for me at Nthusiast. Future modifications, I'm looking at probably putting a dump pipe on and a tune, and maybe a couple of other little things down the track. But for the most part, this thing out of the box does exactly what I want performance-wise. I love it because bang for buck, this thing is brilliant. All of the cars I looked at in the market were, for similar sort of features and performance, $15,000 to $20,000 dearer at least. And it's just so much fun. At the end of the day, I can jump in this thing, drive it sedately, sit in traffic. It drives like a normal little commuter car. But if I push the N button on the steering wheel, it gets that Jekyll and Hyde moment and goes into obnoxious mode, and off we go, and it's all about the fun, the pops and crackles and the bangs. It's just a fantastic little car. The community is another reason I love the car. The N community of people from all different walks of life. Everyone's welcoming, it's inclusive. We do a lot of drive days. It's a fantastic environment. We go out for meals and burgers and things like that as well. And to also have the after sales engagement from N Australia is a wonderful thing. No other manufacturer does that. So events like the drive days, N-Fest, those sorts of things are just fantastic and a big part of why I'll continue to drive an N for as long as I can. My best driving experience so far with this car has been actually the road trip to N-Fest 2023 up at Sydney Motorsport Park. We did the drive as a group of Victorians, did it as a day drive, starting at Wangaratta at Mike 900s, and basically just did it as a big road trip. So it was like any other N drive that we would do, but we did sort of the 700 or 800 Ks in a day, and did some stops on the way, had a bit of fun, just did it as an engaging drive. N-Fest was fantastic in itself. We got to, have that social event over a couple of days, have some track time, have some skid pan time. It was just a fantastic way to spend a long weekend with good friends. If I had one road and one passenger, now this is one I thought about for a little while. My mum and I had always wanted to do a trip over to Scotland where her family are originally from. So mum came over here in the 60s, And she'd always wanted to go back and do a bit of a trip up through the Scottish Highlands and go back to where her roots were, and for me to see that as well. Mum passed away a couple of years ago, but if I'd had the opportunity, it would be to take Mum on that road trip, take her in an N, and actually show her what fear is all about. She's never been in a car with me in anger, and she's always sort of said, oh, I don't know if I could do that, but it would be something I would have liked to have experienced with her. I'm a bit of a James Bond fan, and if any of you are, there's this particular scene where there's a silver DB5 on the road in the valley with all the mountains in the distance, and you can see it's just one of those roads you just want to plant the accelerator and go for it. That's it. That's what I'd love to do.